Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard Products 313VA. This is a clear anodized aluminum door shoe or door bottom with a vinyl insert that features fins. Give you some greater surface area with that. This is an L-shaped bottom. You can use your imagination and see why we might call it an L-shaped bottom. This is specifically for use on a door that has an inverted bottom channel, and where you're going to see that all the time, every time, is on hollow metal doors. You'll see inverted bottom channels. Occasionally, you won't really see that on aluminum doors in the sense that they're inverted, because the style structure would require some modification to make this work on an aluminum door. But a steel door, this would be perfect for installation. You don't have to use it on a steel door, but this feature here will allow the door to set over this area. This is mounted to the face of the door, so you see this, but because of the construction of a hollow metal door that features an inverted bottom channel, the confluence of using this type of product will potentially allow you to solve a problem where you have a tight margin below the door and the top of the sill or threshold. The dimension on that is 1/4 inch. So if it's tight and you want to use a bottom that's underneath the door and you have a hollow metal door, this is very likely a great solution. You've got 1 inch overall dimension on the face of the item. You're going to have 1.25 inch overall height on the item, and that's going to come in where you're dealing with from where the door will sit here down to 1/4 inch. Okay, see where I'm hooking that onto right here. From this area down to here is 1/4 inch. Very common where you would have that in a scenario where you've got a 1/2 inch threshold, and that will leave you 1/4 inch, because the standard undercut on a hollow metal door is 3/4 inch. This could work very elegantly for such a solution. You know, I've got people that use these to augment an existing installation. If you had an outswinging door, if you had a surface-mounted door sweep with a threshold, sometimes people can install this onto the inside of the opening so that you've got a barrier out here and then a barrier under the door as well. If you want to prevent things from getting under the door, this could be a good option. Okay, but this is meant for that sort of application. The 313 is representative of the profile of the item. Then the V stands for vinyl. That's the insert that will come shipped loose. You'll slide it into place. It will slide. Sometimes sliding inserts is easy. Sometimes it's a little more challenging, or requires more work, I should say. When you're done getting it in place, crimp something here to prevent it from sliding in and out. Just get in there with a little well, what some people will use obviously would be maybe a plier, but some people will use a center punch, and they will tap that to peen that area to prevent sliding of the vinyl. If you find that it's a problem, obviously you can crimp it or peen it, but you likely won't. However, it's normal to see it crimped from the factory. When the insert is in permanently, this will ship loose, so National Guard is not going to crimp that material. The A in the part number stands for clear anodized aluminum. And if you change the A to DKB, you'll have the same unit in dark bronze. Very nice colored dark bronze. This is listed in the website in lots of different lengths. Everything from 2 foot to 8 foot, generally and certainly in 6-inch increments, if not 4 or 2-inch increments. You can have it any length you want, but we don't list lengths longer than 8 foot because the cost to ship is generally prohibitive. However, if you have need for lengths longer than 8 foot, simply reach out to us. We'll be happy to accommodate that request. If you have need for a custom length, order the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to send the material out at. Now, the reasoning is if you had to take this 3-foot piece and cut it down to, say, 34-inch or 32-inch, you would eliminate that first slotted hole that's there, and the next one's all the way over here. And speaking of that slotted hole, screws are included in a complimentary finish. Okay. And if you order that custom length, we'll not only locate that first slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge, but the proper center to center as well. It's awfully nice to have a slotted hole because you can tailor the unit on the bottom of the door to match the installation of the door and frame. It might be a little bit not exactly square. Your sill may not be exactly level. When you pre-drill that hole, especially into the bottom of a hollow metal door, which you could be encountering a couple of layers of steel there, depending on where that screw is going to fit or fall and the construction of the door, because you'll have the inverted bottom channel, but then you'll have the skin of the door itself and maybe some reinforcing. If you've not used a center punch, that drill bit has a tendency to walk a little bit before it pierces in, regardless of it being steel, wood, aluminum, fiberglass, bronze, stainless. So that slotted hole will help compensate for a misdrilled hole as well. Obviously not a big deal to cut these. It's just aluminum. That's just vinyl. But it's awfully nice to have the slotted hole from the factory, which is not so easy to drill a slotted hole naturally. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. The name National Guard Products is utterly synonymous with weather stripping, at least in the hard door and hardware industry. So if you have need for weather stripping, I suggest that you familiarize yourself with their catalog, because their name is so well known, so ubiquitous, so widely accepted, and backed by great customer service, technical support, quality, value, things of that nature. Will be a company that you want to be aware of. If you have any questions on the 313 VA L-shaped door bottom for an inverted door construction, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.